Okay, we're back. Let's do this.
Hey, Holly.
Yeah?
It's we were here when we were 15. Do you remember when you dared me to go swimming in the pond even though I didn't have a swimsuit?
What? That isn't what happened. You're the one who dared me.
I'm pretty sure it was the other way around. I called you a pervert because I thought you just wanted me to get my pools wet.
No way, I didn't. Wait, did I? No, I'm almost certain you dared me.
Well, whoever dared who doesn't really matter. What I'm wondering is, do you want to go skinny dipping?
I think I'm lightheaded. But Sayori, people might see us. Children live in this neighborhood.
Come on, Holly, it'd be so much fun. What have you got to lose?
Well, money by virtue of a fine if we're caught to start.
Don't be such a fuddy-duddy, Holly. This will be a story you'll be able to tell people forever.
Okay, to make you happy, let's do it. Sayori very hastily removes her clothes and leaves me almost speechless. I've seen her naked body a bunch of times by this point, but there's just something so magical about it this time. The sunlight shines off her skin, giving her the radiance of an angel. Her smile is so bright it would make Nikola Tesla blush. Her breasts look like something out of a Renaissance painting. To be perfectly honest, I'm not even lost in lust at the moment. I'm simply dumbfounded by the beauty that stands in front of me. I go up to Sayori, lift her chin up toward me, and give her a long kiss.
What was that for?
To thank you for being you. Sayori smiles and hugs me, pressing her nearly bare body against the entirety of my person. I clear my throat. If I wasn't lusting over her before, I certainly am now. I finally take my clothes off as well, and she blushes seeing me. I wonder if she's having the same thoughts about my nude body cast in front of the sunset that I was having for her.
Your butt is flat.
Guess not. I laugh, then offer to take Sayori's hand.
Nope.
Sayori goes to my side and shoves me into the water. My teeth immediately start chattering, and Sayori laughs at the squeal I let out. Hey, you did that to me when we were younger, too.
You know what they say, old habits die hard.
I stand up from the water, dripping from my neck down to my waist. I reach forward and grab Sayori's hands and begin to pull her in toward me.
No!
Hey, you're the one who wanted this. Now come here. Sayori continues to laugh uncontrollably as she hits the water and stands in front of me.
Gee, isn't this really cold?
What did I tell you? Sayori tries to giggle, but her body rejects her request and only produces a small squeak. Finally, she gets used to the temperature of the water, and she and I begin to have a lot of fun. We start splashing each other, then make our way further into the pond and start swimming normally. This goes on for about 20 minutes before we decide we'll need to leave the water and dry off while the sun is still out. We leave the water and lie next to each other in the grass, hoping to dry off as much as possible. I have my arm around her shoulder and she's snuggling into it. I feel particularly macho as she has her hands on my unremarkable chest. The moon starts to make its presence known as its light shines down on the two emotionally and hormonally compromised teenagers. I look at Sayori and smile. Despite the fact that she felt so hurt today, I'm confident I have done a good job at helping her feel good, valuable, and loved. It feels like this is going to mark a new chapter in our relationship. It's a new day, Sayori.
Yeah, it is.
We should go home and get changed. And you should call Yuri to let her know you're safe. I'm sure she's worried sick about you.
I will.
Sayori and I start walking. Our clothes are pretty damp as we weren't able to completely dry off, but it can't be helped. As I reach my front door, the exhaustion of the day hits me harder than a truck hitting a cute schoolgirl at the beginning of an isekai series.
Hey, Holly, I'm going to go take a shower, then I have a special surprise for you.
Oh, great. There's just too much sexual energy emanating from the two of us right now. I don't know why I even act surprised. Sayori walks inside and goes to shower. I was going to suggest that she shower at her own place, so that neither of us would have to wait, but she already took off by the time I was going to speak up. No big deal, maybe I could just shower at her place instead. Besides, I'll probably have to go over there and grab some fresh clothes for her anyway. She's been wearing soiled pajamas since last night. Yeah, this'll be alright with her, I'm sure. I enter Sayori's house and walk up to her bedroom. Man, it really has been a while since I've been here. Today's panic and search notwithstanding. It's probably been a while since either of us have been here, in fact. Sayori's stuffed cow and Bird both greet me with their blank stares as I walk into the room. You know, Bird, out in the open, I never really liked you. You're speechless again, huh? Coward. I chuckle at myself at my dumb joke, then walk over to Sayori's closet and open it. I try to remember where she puts each type of clothing, but as far as I can tell, everything is as disorganized as ever. No wonder I used to clean her room up for her. It really is distracting. Since it's such a free-for-all in here, or in there, I don't make much of an effort to find matching pieces of clothing. I just need to go grab a shirt, some shorts, and some underwear. Do I need to bring a bra? Nah. I've retrieved a pair of shorts and panties from this mess, but for some reason finding a shirt is proving harder than I expected. At this point, I'm just grasping at fabric. And then I feel something else, something kind of tough and frayed. My curiosity gets the best of me, so I open my hand up to get a better grip on whatever it is I'm feeling, then pull it. It feels really heavy and dense. I put the clothes I had in my right hand down on the floor and grab the object with that hand. Finally, after pulling for a few moments, the object begins to see the light of day. I don't fully register what it is until it's on the floor in front of me. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. Sayori wouldn't have this. What sits in on the floor in front of me is a thick brown rope tied into a noose. This can't be real. My eyes are deceiving me. I refuse to believe what it is I'm looking at. I try to understand the series of events that might have led to Sayori having something like this in her bedroom, but my imagination fails me. All I can do is tear up in massive confusion and fear. Sayori. I barely produce her name before my voice gives out. I decide to grab the noose again to make sure I'm not just hallucinating. The sense of it on my fingertips forces me to flinch and release short breaths. It's real. It's very real. After staring at the rope for what feels like days, I decide to call the one person who helped me keep a cool head as of late. Hey, Monica. Sorry for calling you this late at night.
No worries, Hallie. What's up?
Can you meet me at Sayori's place? There's something here I need your help with.
Yeah, sure. Just give me a couple minutes and I'll be right over.
Much quicker than expected, I hear the doorbell ring. As I head over to answer it, I question if this was the right thing to do after all. Too late to turn back now. I answer the door and greet Monica. Good, you're here. Follow me. I lead her directly to Sayori's room and grab the noose off the floor. She doesn't look too surprised, only angry. Why would she do this?
Well, only one way to find out. Where is she right now?
At my house, waiting for me to get her some clothes.
Let's go.
I run back to my house with Monica in tow. Nothing feels real anymore. When was she planning on using this? I can't even bring myself to even properly address the noose. I practically break down my own front door. My emotions are too strong now to even really register the trail of flower petals leading up to my bedroom door. I trample over her romantic gesture during my stampede to my room. Nothing matters but making it to Sayori. Nothing matters but Sayori. I storm upstairs and into my room. Sayori's sitting on the bed patiently. I instantly notice that she's got some special lingerie panties on. So that's what was in the bag, eh? Sayori's face turns red as she notices Monica behind me and she covers herself with the blanket. I would probably appreciate that, normally. Right now, this just feels like a lie.
You could have asked for help. Instead, you decided to hide this and make things worse for you down the line. You couldn't even do the simple task of returning my jacket on time. Howie tried so hard to make you happy, and this is how you repay him.
I notice that Sayori is starting to tear up. Hey, Monica.
All you do is try to make others happy, but once in your life, did you ever stop and think that maybe what we want is for you to be open to us?
I think you're taking this a bit far.
Shut up, Hallie. I'm talking to Sayori. Fine, then. You want me to be open? I'll be open. No matter how hard I try, no matter who I talk to, it always ends the same way. So why bother? All I do is destroy everyone else's feelings, so why even try to feign happiness? Hallie, thanks for the night, but I'm going home.
Sayori, wait.
No, it's obvious no one thinks I can do anything. Everything you said or did tonight was in pity, wasn't it?
Sayori runs off down the stairs with tears streaming down her cheeks. Sayori, come back!
Let her go, Hallie. She's not worth it.
I disagree, but Monica stands in the doorway, stopping me from going after her. While I'd never admit to it out loud, I doubt I can beat Monica in a fight. But I still have to go after Sayori. I try to get around her, but she keeps moving to block any attempts I make at getting out. After about a minute of scuffling like that, I start to get pissed off and push Monica to the side and leap down the stairs as I hear her fall to the ground. Maybe I'm stronger than I thought. As I reach the front door, I see that Sayori is nowhere to be found. Yeah, and I ended that with a comma for some reason. She probably went home in the time it took me to get past Monica. Damn it! I run across the street, too anxious to think straight. Panting, I stop in front of Sayori's closed front door. I pound on Sayori's door a few times before I hear her voice from the other side of the door.
I can't do this anymore, Hallie! Every single time I start to get my act together, I mess up somehow and ruin everything!
Sayori, listen!
No! I know what you're about to say and I don't want to hear it! I'm just tired. Leave, now!
Sayori, if I leave now, I'm not coming back. If you don't want my support, just tell me. It will kill me to lose you, but I want you to be happy, and if that means that I have to make you cry a couple of times to get there, I will.
It's not that I don't want you with me, I just don't think it's worth it anymore. Please, I'm begging you, just go.
Fine then, I'll see you at school then, okay?
Sure.
I turn around and head back home, hoping that she'll be feeling better by tomorrow. Since it's getting late and I'm exhausted, I decide to skip the shower or go to sleep for the night in my own filth. I get to my room and climb into bed, only to feel like someone's watching me and that I forgot something important. I flip myself over, only to see a furious Monica looming over my bed.
What the hell was that all about? Hallie, do you realize what you did?
Do I realize what I did? Yes, Monica, I did what I had to so I could go help my best friend.
And were you not listening? There's a reason I was telling you she isn't worth this.
That's not your decision to make. This isn't your house either, so get out before I call the cops. She pauses. After a few moments, she leaves the room and presumably my house entirely. Annoyed, I turn back over to sleep. I wake up the next morning with the looming sensation that I'm gonna be in for a rough day. After lazing around in bed for an hour, I finally decide to get up and get ready for school. As I eat my breakfast, I recall last night's events and start to get worried about Sayori. I guess I'd better go check up on her. I get into my uniform and head over to her house. I knock on her door a couple times, but don't get an answer. Just in case, I try opening the door, even though Sayori had it locked last night. To my surprise, her front door is unlocked, so I decide to go inside and look for her. Sayori, wake up, we have school today. I'm leaving your breakfast on the kitchen counter for when you get ready. I get no answer other than the sound of her falling out of bed, so I assume she got the message and then I head off to school. The day passes by uneventfully, save the few awkward hours where I share a class with Sayori, one of which was math, and apparently that test we were supposed to be prepared for turned out to be today of all days. And of course I bombed it, as if I needed another reason to loathe this day. As classes finally end, I dreamfully head over to the club room. As I enter, I'm greeted by Natsuki, Yuri, and Monica, the last of whom I avoid eye contact with. Natsuki seizes the opportunity to walk up to me with an accusatory look on her face.
Sayori was acting weird today. What happened?
What makes you think I'd know?
You're her boyfriend. That's the kind of thing you should keep track of.
I excuse Natsuki's flawed logic for a moment. Look, I don't know if I'd consider myself her boyfriend anymore.
What? What did you do to her, Hallie?
Natsuki freaks out on me. Hey, why do you assume I did something to her? For all you know, she could have broken up with me.
As if! I know Sayori, and she's far too much of a pushover to do something like that!
Are you defending her or insulting her?
Tell me what happened! You better not have hurt her!
I'm really not in the mood for this. Look, can you just leave me alone? She doesn't seem happy to do it, but she turns and walks away from me. Yuri is the only one in the room who isn't looking at me with scorn. She looks like she wants to say something, but can't find the courage to say it. Well, then it looks like I'm no longer welcome here. Guess I'll take my leave.
Fine then, go! See if any of us care!
I leave the club room, making as little eye contact as possible with everyone. Everything is crumbling right before my eyes. My relationship, my friendships, the literature club, and I can't do a thing about it. I have to go fix this however I can. Sayori's behavior yesterday was alarming, but I think I can get through to her. I just regret letting my emotions take over. I should have been stronger for her. But it isn't too late. I still have time to fix this. I love Sayori as much as she says she doesn't want me to. I have to be there for her, and I'll be damned if I don't at least try. After leaving literature club early, I make my way back to my neighborhood with the assumption that Sayori is at her house. Strange, she's hardly spent any time at her house in the time that we've been dating. It feels like I'm starting again from square one. I walk into Sayori's house and call out to her. Sayori, are you home? I don't get any answer, as I expected, unfortunately. I walk up the stairs and knock on her bedroom door at the end of the hall. Sayori, it's me. I think we need to talk. She doesn't say anything, but I hear her take a deep breath on the other side of the door. Sayori, I'm sorry for how I behaved yesterday, and I'm sorry for the way Monica acted.
Please go.
Sayori, please, I can't just let you close yourself off from everyone. Natsuki is worried about you. Doesn't that matter to you? Me and Yuri are worried about you, and deep down I'm sure Monica is too. I want to help you, but you have to be the one to take that step.
Who says I want to take that step? I'd rather give up and stop trying. That way nobody needs to feel worried for me anymore.
This is so difficult, and I hate that it's that way. From inside the room, I can hear Sayori's stomach grumble, loudly. Sayori, did you eat anything today?
No.
Why don't we get you something to eat? I'll take that as a yes. I go downstairs and search Sayori's pantry for something to feed her. I find a cup of instant noodles and prepare it, then return upstairs a few minutes later. Sayori, I made you something. It's not much, but you need to eat.
Just leave it on the floor.
Do you promise me you're going to eat it? Sayori.
Yes, I promise. Now will you please leave me be?
I sigh. Okay, I'm going to check in on you later, though. I love you, Sayori. It was wishful thinking to think she'd reply to that. The fact that we're at that point crushes me, but I can't afford to put my feelings over hers right now. I return home, then fall asleep several hours later. The next day I go to school, and things are more or less the same. However, Sayori didn't show up to our first class. She eventually showed up, but after lunch. Literature club was cold and quiet, and nobody wanted to talk. It's obvious when Sayori isn't around that things are much more glum. Natsuki and I wordlessly exchange a look of disdain and concern as we both leave for the day. I return to my neighborhood to check up on Sayori once again.